Hello, good morning everyone, and thanks for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here representing somehow the industry. I think the industry has a voice and we should have this dialogue to make this wonderful idea of circular economy happen. And so I'm somehow representing the industry, but basically I'm representing my own company. And I thought it will be good to share with you what we do, because I believe we are a living example of a circular model that works. And we don't have so many. You know, lately I say I'm the global head of sustainability for this company called Brambles. And lately I could spend all my time traveling to places and explaining what we do, because people want to know that there are circular models that work. And as I said, you know, we can demonstrate that. So probably you never heard of us before. Let me see if I can get this. Yep. Okay. So we are in the reusable packaging arena. That's what we do. Industrial reusable packaging. And next time you go to a supermarket, maybe this week, I will ask you that you look to the floor. Probably you will see some blue pallets there. Okay, that's us. You know, as simple as that. So before I joined my company, I never heard of it, and now everywhere I go, I'm surrounded by it, even if I don't want. And so what we do with the circular packaging is reusing it, offering as a service. In very simple terms, when manufacturers, we act in the whole supply chain. Okay, so if a manufacturer needs a piece of packaging, they can do two things. They can buy it and then dispose of it, and then it will end up in landfill, or it will enter the recycling circle, or they can have it as a service. That's what we do. Offer a service. This is the piece of packaging that you can use. You use it in your value chain, and then when you finish with it, we will make sure that we will recover, we will inspect it. If it is not okay, we will repair it, and if it is okay, we will give it to another manufacturer. And we do that over and over and over again. No? And frankly, we take very seriously the fact that this should be a perfect circle and nothing should go out of the circle, because if it does, it directly impacts our bottom line. We make less money with it. And that's the beauty of it. You know, all the environmental advantages of a circular model with the economical advantages of a business model that works. So I think our business model can illustrate some concepts that are key to circular economy, and they are in everyone's mouth these days. First of all, service, you know, moving from ownership to access. I don't want to own something. Why do I want to own my phone? You know, maybe I can just use it, you know, and it will be the property of the manufacturer, and then they can recover and do something with that. Well, that's what we have done with our packaging, no? And that's important to keep in mind. Then, of course, reuse, and I will insist on this. You know, circular economy is not just about recycling. Recycling is a key component, and recycling is great. But, as you were saying before, there is a hierarchy that we should respect, and we should focus on the methods that are more valuable, like refurbish, like reuse, like upgrading, you know. And then, of course, recycling. Recycling is great, but we shouldn't only focus there. And then the third thing is share. One thing that I didn't tell you, but this is what makes the model work, is that this is not a one-to-one collaboration. It is not one manufacturer, the manufacturer of that bottle of water, and one supermarket. It's the whole community of manufacturers with the whole community of retails. You know, when we collect a pallet, we don't give it back to the same manufacturer that used it in the first place. We give it to whoever is more convenient to the system. You know, if the bottle of water is sent from Evian, no, that's an Evian one, yeah, from Switzerland to Spain, then the packaging that was used for that, we give it to someone in Spain so it can be sent back to maybe Switzerland or to maybe UK. So the whole system, the more the merrier. You know, you need friends to do that. That for me will be the highlight here. And I put the example of pallets, but we were able to implement this model with other different kinds of packaging. The pallet problem has been solved for years because we were doing that. And you know what? During my time in this company, 10 years, I heard many times, this will work with pallets, but you know, it will never work with RPCs, with crates. Guess what? Then we put an effort there, we put some thought there, and it works. And then, this will work with RPCs, but it will never work with containers, you know. So I say that hopefully I'm convincing you that this can be done, and it can be done in areas where traditionally we thought it couldn't. No? But we just need to think differently and approach in a creative way. And on the other hand, the price of the raw materials will make sure that we find more and more areas where this will work. As raw materials are being more expensive, then disposing of them is not really a smart thing to do in terms of economy. So then the circular models, can play a better role. Good. So that is what we do. Also, I think there was, you mentioned before our moderator mentioned the concept of scaling. How is scaling important in all this picture? I think in our experience is very much. First of all, because if you are going to do this, you need to standardize. And secondly, if you are going to take seriously the sharing economy, the sharing concept, I said it before, the more the merrier. If you try to do this concept, the concept that I show you, just one person with another one company, it won't work. The economy is not there. That on the first place. So the efficiencies are in the scale. That is the first thing. Secondly, whether we like it or not, value chains today, supply chains are global. And things are manufactured in one way, the raw materials are extracted from another place, and they end in a completely different place. So we better tackle the problem globally, because otherwise we won't use the opportunity as much as it deserves. In our particular case, we experience that the scale makes the difference. And once, actually the difficult thing is to start building the network. Once we have this network, this collection network, our ability to collect from different manufacturers, to deliver to different manufacturers and collect from different distributors, from different retails, then it grows naturally, it grows organically. And in our case, we are collecting from more than 500,000 points, which give us the scale and the capabilities to build circular models on top of this circular model. Okay? Just to mention, I think, Pierre, you mentioned before the take, make, dispose, all linear approach, and we should start thinking differently. We should start thinking in circular terms. This is the famous butterfly diagram from the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. I recommend that you go and visit their webpage because it has a lot of interesting materials. And again, I'm going to stress the same thing. If we want to change that linear vertical supply chain into something that is circular, there are many ways to close the loop. Okay? If you take the outer loop, that is called recycle, and is the least valuable thing that you can do with it. Here, I go back to your point. So really, let's try to focus on the internal, on the inner part of the value chain, because this is where the real value is. It must be to directly reuse something that to have to completely remanufacture it. I think it's obvious, but sometimes we forget it. And this brings attention to the legislation and in this case now. If we end up with a legislation that promotes recycling, it will be a great recycling legislation, not a circular economy one. Circular economy is about making the linear circular and getting into the inner circles of this very complex diagram that I would love to discuss with you then in the dialogue session. And then also maybe for the moderator benefit, some concepts that we have found when we have implemented this circular model. This is not something that you can do right away. It's sometimes not easy to do, but it's definitely worth it. And you have a few things there, but I will mention just three. As barriers and facilitators, we've been educated, all of us, at the universities, in our businesses, etc., to think linear. We need to start changing that and try to think circular. And we are collaborating with some students around the world with this organization called Enactus. We give them projects, opportunities to make things that are economically and environmentally viable. It's incredible how young people get this, and hopefully we can be a little bit younger with our thinking and think that way. The second thing is that this is a systemic change. You cannot wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to be circular tomorrow, me as a company. You need to do it in the whole value chain. So think circular and think systemically. That is very important. And the third thing, and I finish with this, is the legislation. Is legislation a barrier or a facilitator? Well, I don't know. I hope it is not a barrier. I hope it is not a barrier and it will be a facilitator. And for me, we have three options here. First of all, having no legislation. That is an option. Actually, the option that liberals will want. Maybe the invisible hand will act and companies like ours will appear. That's how we were created in the same place. But for me, that's not optimal. Then you have the second part, which is the second option, which is a bad legislation. And we are suffering that now today because the existing legislation is promoting recycling over anything else. Do we want that? Well, we need to think about that. And finally, we could have a good legislation that really can start the engine of this fascinating project with things like what I'm saying before. So that was it. Thank you for your attention.